Hi everyone, this is Miss Ward. Tonight is going to be our last set of notes in this unit, Concept 8, and we're going to be discussing the outer planets as well as the Oort cloud and Kuiper belt. So, the outer planets are called the gas giants. They consist of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Because they are so large and have massive atmospheres made of gas, we call them the gas giants. Even though they are much larger than the terrestrial planets, they are much less dense. We've discussed that when talking about the density of Jupiter compared to Earth earlier in the unit. All four have ring systems that are made out of dust and icy debris that orbit the planets. So generally we think of Saturn as having rings, but they actually all four have rings. This is the picture of our first planet, Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. Its orbital period is almost 12 years, but it rotates on its axis faster than any other planet, taking only 9 hours and 50 minutes. It has over 60 moons, but 4 of which are the size of small planets. Those are what we call the Galilean moons. Sorry about that. Never mind. Sorry. Those are what we call the Galilean moons, and they're named Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. A mnemonic to help you remember those is I eat green cheese, IEGC. You need to remember the names of those moons. This is a picture of Saturn, the one with the most noticeable rings. This is the 6th planet from the Sun, and it has an orbital period of 29.5 years. Saturn has at least 30 moons, with its largest being half of the size of Earth, and it is called Titan. Saturn, like Jupiter, is mostly made out of helium and hydrogen, and is the least dense planet in our solar system. Saturn is known for its rings that span 2 times its diameter. Here is a picture of Uranus. Uranus is nearly 3 billion kilometers from the Sun. It has at least 24 moons, 11 rings, and its orbital period is about 84 years. The most unique feature about Uranus is its orientation of its axis. Uranus rotates almost completely on its side as it revolves around the Sun. That's why it looks like its rings are up and down, because of the way its axis is. Here's Neptune. Neptune is very similar to Uranus in size, being only slightly smaller. It takes nearly 164 years to revolve around the Sun. Neptune's existence was predicted before it actually was discovered. After Uranus was discovered, astronomers noted variation in its orbit caused by the gravitational pull of an unknown planet. That planet was later found to be Neptune. And then the planet that's not really a planet, Pluto. Pluto is the largest object that resides in the Kuiper belt. It is approximately 1/6 of the mass of the Moon. Pluto periodically comes within the orbit of Neptune. The fact that Pluto cannot clear its own orbit is why it's no longer considered a planet. Pluto has at least 5 moons, the largest of which is Charon, which is a little over half of the size of Pluto itself. Then we have the Kuiper belt, which you can see here. You can also see the orbit of the different planets, being Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Notice that Pluto is much more elongated than the other planets and does not follow the same orbit. That is why it does not clear its own orbit. It goes into the Kuiper belt and is not considered its own planet. The Kuiper belt resides just outside of the orbit of Neptune. It is a donut-shaped ring that extends just beyond the origin of Neptune. There are hundreds of thousands of icy bodies larger than 100 kilometers and 1 trillion comets in the Kuiper belt. Many dwarf planets, including Pluto, exist in the Kuiper belt. Beyond that, we have the Oort cloud. The Oort cloud is basically the extension of our solar system. The Oort cloud is the furthest area in the solar system, and it is a spherical shell that surrounds the entirety of the solar system. For now, that's all we're going to discuss as far as that goes. Make sure you fill out your WISC and bring any questions you have with you to class. Have a great night.